And I tell him to walk to his car because his car is not outside, it's up the street. Going, guys, yes, we are going to be going over the viral video of me today, and you probably already just saw a little snippet of it, but hey, we're going to get to the whole thing, I promise you. If you don't want to go through this whole video and just to see it, it's over on my shorts on my channel. So go to my channel, go to my shorts, it's right there. It's the one with the buttload of views. So we're gonna go over it. I'm gonna talk about what led up to it, what happened during. I'll react to the thing too, and also I'm gonna react to the comments down below. Now listen, there's over 30,000 comments on this short. I cannot get to every single one of them. I also don't endorse any of the ignorance that is in them, especially pertaining to other communities and stuff like that. It's the dumbest thing in the world. I don't know why people just can't be happy with their lives and just react. I have no ill will towards this gentleman. I hope he's doing well. And please don't go after anybody in the comments that is talking outside of their neck. People are people, humans are humans, and they're gonna talk stupid. Enough with all that disclaimer stuff. Let's get into the video. All right, so those who don't know, I had gone viral again this year, or well, I guess it was December 2025, of a older video of me from, wow, I guess it'd be 4 years this year, of when I used to be a security guard in Charlotte, North Carolina. I worked in a QT gas station as an armed guard. That's what this video here behind me is about. This is the altercation that happened. I think this was my second week at the QT gas station for third shift. This was all this happened at 4:47, 4:50. I was about to get off, so I was super tired, already geeked out, ready to go home. Before this happened, actually, I had dealt with a drive-by earlier that night. You know, it was all quiet and everything. This young woman walks in. She's in a club dress, because I think this happened the Sunday morning. And she came in. She's like, "Where's the Band-Aids?" I go, "Oh, Band-Aids are over here." And as soon as I turn around, she goes, "He's been shot." ¿Por qué? What do you mean he's been shot? So me and the young man behind the counter, the one with the with the face covering, that's my homie AJ, go check his stuff out. He makes music. He gave her some gauze. I followed out there, and I saw this gentleman hovering over the back seat of the car, freaking out, like cussing, mad. Oh my God, I can't believe they've done this. I can't believe it. In my mind, I'm thinking there's a dead body in the back car. His homie got hit. Like, tighten up. You about to see a dead body, because at this point I had never seen one. So I go tell the other gentleman with the long hair that's behind the counter. You see him later on in the video. Call the cops. Go out there. There's not a guy in the backseat. It's just him. He got hit. Their whole car got lit up. It was wild. They got shot up at the light, and they pulled into here. I mean, tires were messed up. Driver's side was all kinds of lit up. They were both lucky. Nobody got hit with a bullet. He got scratched on his arm. I calmed him down. Everything was on the up and up. Cops showed up. Tow truck showed up, which, wild enough, the tow truck driver that showed up ended up having a stroke. I don't know what happened to him. An officer handled that entire situation, but you know, prayers out to him. I hope he's okay. Long story short, that's what that's what I had dealt with prior. We also had this homeless woman who had just went to the bathroom on herself. Luckily, well, we could only see that was number one, and she was saying it was her son. It wasn't her son, so I had to escort her to the police and everything, and medics, because she was an older woman. So, and she had, you know, went to the bathroom on herself. So we come in, everything starts to calm down. This gentleman right here in the white shirt comes in. He goes to the fountain area and grabs a styrofoam cup. Usually folks who do that to get some ice. If you don't know this QT, it's free ice, but you got to pay for the cup. So if you bring your own cup, you actually can get free ice. So he comes up to the counter and he goes, "Let me get $3 on one of the pumps." I can't remember what pump it was. And he gives my buddy AJ $2. He goes, "Well, you know, you said three, you gotta give me, you know, $3. So he starts digging in his pockets, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I ran out of gas up the street. I'm about to put some gas in this cup." If you don't know this, one, gas stations, if they know you're not going to put gas into a gasoline safety container, they legally are supposed to stop you because they are liable if something were to happen. Also, if you didn't know, styrofoam will melt in gasoline. Another fact you may not have known, styrofoam and gasoline are two of the main ingredients for napalm. So you really don't want to mix those two. It's a lot more to it than that, but that's wild. So the shift lead, Josh, he's the gentleman with the long hair. You'll see him again later in the video. He says, because you told us that, we cannot sell you gas. And the guy's like, well, it's my money. How are you going to tell me what to do with my money? I don't get myself involved because that's between the customer and the establishment. I'm here to make sure everybody's cool, everybody remains calm. And at that point, he was pretty calm. I get it. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning, ran out of gas, and the dude is lumped up. I found out from his people, he actually had gotten jump that night, and like all of his money got jacked. So that sucks to hear. So he's not having a good night already. And I was about to buy him a gasoline container. It was like $14, and I was like, and it holds 5 gallons. So I was about to do it for him. I was debating it, doing the math. And he kept saying, come on, man, give me the money. I'll take the liability. It's all on me, this and that, this and that. We tell him it's going to melt, or they tell him it's going to melt. And then my homie AJ, not even in an aggressive manner, he goes, we're not going to go back and forth with you. We're not selling you any gas. And the gentleman in the white shirt immediately goes to 100 and goes, why the F would you say that? Try not to cuss on YouTube. That's why I'm not cussing right now. Why would you say that? You I'm trying my best not to cuss. You B word, A word, N word. Wild shit. So at that, I just cussed. Look at that. Look at that. So at that, I turn him right around, put the gas container up. I tell him, all right, man, you got to get out. And he says, y'all lucky I don't burn y'all. He looks at me, says, go ahead and touch me. I'm going to burn you too. Okay. So I stepped to him and I said, burn me with what? He starts digging into his pockets and I hover over my sidearm. He doesn't put nothing out, and he sees I hover for my sidearm. Now, a lot of people in the comments, you'll see this, they say that he was eyeing my gun and everything. He was, but I doubt he was eyeing it to snatch it. He was eyeing it because I had just hovered over my gun, so he was watching my hand. Granted, at this point, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm fresh, like 2 months into armed. Our armed training was like 16 hours, and before this, I worked in the gambling house. So... granted, I'm very amateur style in here, and I will get to that later, but that's when the video ensues. Right after, if you look at the beginning, you can see my hand still hovering over it a little bit, but then I immediately raise it and expose my sidearm and that whole scenario. Please don't ever expose your sidearm. That is a rookie mistake. That's going to cause a lot of issues. That's never going to go well for yourself or anyone around you. The entire thing ensued. Now, I had to cut out stuff from the video because YouTube doesn't like the things he called me. He called me cracker and peckerwood. Now, I didn't know what peckerwood meant. I looked it up and it means a poor white farmer. He's not wrong. I am not a successful farmer. I also don't farm. Well, you know, crop. But that's how the video ensues. When the video cuts out, at that point, I'm done with dealing with them. I immediately go to the manager. I say, go ahead and call the cops. Because that usually when you say call the cops, they will get out of the store on the spot. They'll start walking away because they don't want to deal with cops. He wasn't going to do anything. I knew he wasn't going to do anything. So he's walking out and he's snatching stuff off the thing, talking about, I'm going to take this too, I'm going to take this too. He doesn't take anything. He leaves. I don't see him again. Now, a lot of people in the comments, they said, why didn't I snatch him up? Why didn't I slam him? Why didn't I do all this other stuff? Because he was lumped up, if I had done anything, because he 100% had a concussion, it would have been bad for both of us, because when the guard that I relieved the next day came in, he said, yeah, that guy came back. He was looking for his phone and he was slurring his words. So the guy definitely had a concussion. You're not going to get lumped up like that and not have a concussion. But enough of that. Let's get into the video and react to it. Yeah. Should not be raising your arm. Don't do that. Yeah. Just leave, man. I cut right there. Yep, edit right there. He had a whole conversation. That's Josh in the background right there. Yeah, and that's it. That's basically the video. Like I said, if you want to see the actual thing without me talking over it and the whole lead up to it, please go check it out. It's my shorts. If you want to see the full thing, there is actually a Reddit post about it. I don't know why it's titled this, but it's a security guard takes on game banger in Tulsa. I don't know why it's titled that. This isn't in Tulsa. He does say he's from Tulsa and he throws up West Side and all this other stuff. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina. No one cares if you're from Tulsa because you're in Charlotte, North Carolina. We don't care where you're from. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a lot of people don't understand about moving to North Carolina, even to Atlanta and everything. We don't care if you're from New York. We don't care if you're from Chicago. We don't care if you're from Compton, Oakland, Texas, none of that. That's not where you're at right now. You feel me? So aside from that, that's what he was saying. It didn't mean anything to me. When I hear Tulsa, I immediately just think Tesla. So I don't even think of any of that stuff. So going into these comments, let's see here. Let's go from, no, I don't want top. I guess we'll go to, I don't want to do the top featured. I want to do oldest. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is a lot of the same thing. A lot of people start clowning me in the comments, and a lot of folks talk about how I did a bad job. It's wild because, funny enough too, I had just started my reevaluation for pay raise throughout the company. They started, it was a whole company-wide thing. So a week later, my boss, the owner of the company, comes in. I'm like, have you seen the video? And I show it to him, and he immediately goes, yeah, no, good job. I would have dropped him. And he said the only thing you should have done was walk him out, which I did walk him out. The video just doesn't show that. Like I said, if you want to see the full video, please go to the Reddit post. It's over there. That's also in my shorts too. I don't think I have a link to it, but maybe I might be able to find the link and put it at the bottom of this description. So please go check that out. Comments are a lot the same. I am aware of a few of them. Yeah, everybody goes about their business. Yeah, that's literally, yeah, it's Charlotte. That's how we do it. I mean, like I said, it's also 5 o'clock in the morning. People got to go to work. His hairline. I don't know who this 1090 Jake dude is. I looked him up once because somebody in the comments had said something, and I am not 1090 Jake. That is not me at all. That is not who's in this video. Please don't. White boy definitely from the hood. You know, I grew up in the low-income areas, you feel me? All bark, no bite. Yep, made dude's hairline go back 7 inches. That's the second one I've seen. These are the most recent ones. I wanted to do the older comments. Dude reminds me, feelings getting hurt. Yeah, it's wild. When he hauls ass, I bet he makes 2 trips. Look, I will laugh at good fat jokes. All right, they're great. I'm a big dude. You know, I'm over 400 pounds, 6'4". Don't get me wrong. I know every day I'm fat or overweight. So as long as the jokes are good, yeah, dude, I'll laugh my ass off. Cool points exhausted. A security guard call you broke. That's hilarious. And you see, I go in here, I like them, I love them, or heart them and shit like that. But that keeps up for the engagement. You know, that's all I can really do. I'll sometimes comment myself. That guard knocked him. Nah, that's not what happened. Didn't do that. We didn't touch either one of us. Nobody got knocked out. I've seen people also in the comments talk about how I've been knocked out, like or like the guard got knocked out, stuff like that. That's not what happened. Nobody touched anybody. I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. He wasn't about it. I was on go. It's whatever. But you know, at the end of the day, everybody went home, and that's what I want. That's what you want at the end of the day as a security officer or guard or whatever it is your title is, because each state is different. So like in North Carolina, you're not classified as an officer, but in South Carolina, you are. You want everyone to go home and be safe. You don't want action. When there's action and when there's no action in your board, that's a good day. That's a fantastic day. Nobody wants action. If you want action, go be a cop. And I've seen this comment a lot too. AI stuff. And I think I commented on it. I said, I think I said, yeah, it's not. Laugh face. It's not. I put it through CapCut, and I think CapCut has a automated something where it messes with it. This is also a screen recording from Facebook. I don't have the original photo or the original video. I mean, I just don't have it. I'm not the one that uploaded it. You know, I'm not the one who recorded it. So it's not AI. Like I said, there's a whole post from 2 years ago with me on there. That was way before the AI stuff became a whole thing. Not to mention, there's my tattoo on my arm right there. It's in the video too. Somebody in the comments did have a good that I saw a couple months ago, something like that. How my tattoo disappears, and like that was evidence for AI. And I was like, shit, my tattoo is like, it's there and it's gone. Where's my tattoo? My arm is just moving. But I was like, damn, this shit do look like AI, but I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know why people say on my mama. I don't know what your mama has to do with anything. And I hate the joke that I see everywhere in the comments. It's always on my mama, but never on my daddy or my father. Shut up. That's corny stuff. All right. That's just as bad as, you know, the weeaboos doing that weird corny stuff. If Malibu Most Wanted gained 400 pounds. No, because he'd be 500 pounds if that had happened. I am him if he gained 300 pounds, except I didn't grow up with a rich daddy. LOL with what? On my mama, my diapers, my G.I. Joe doll toys, pathetic and sad state of affairs for any dysfunctional people like this. I mean, you know, you can go back up a little bit. I'm with a guard. He covered his arm, protected his arm. Yeah. A lot of comments point out that I do raise my arm in the video. It's a very, very amateur and dangerous thing. I should not have done it. I also advanced and did not keep any distance between us. Again, at this point in time, I was very young, or not very young, but young in the professional level as an armed guard. At this point, I only had about a year and a half of security guard experience, but only 2.5 months of armed experience. So it is different, because once you get to the armed field, that means you're in a environment where it can pop off and your gun is there to protect you and the people you're supposed to be protecting. Unarmed doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to deal with people who is armed, but because you don't have a gun, it's really hard to say, because no matter what, you're gonna be dressed and you're gonna look like a cop. Like the cars that that company has, they look like old school cop cars with the black and white paint style. We even had an unmarked car. Cedric the Entertainer talked about them big corn-fed white guys, don't want to mess with them just because. Okay, well, I don't know about all that. His clown self. Kyle grew up going to cookouts, and I wouldn't be told otherwise. Look, man, I have been to so many cookouts. I now cook at the cookouts. I make the macaroni and cheese. And yes, I said the full government name of macaroni and cheese. I know it's mac and cheese. Hang on a second. I put like 6 different cheeses in my mac and cheese. I layer that shit. I bake that shit. I do the whole flour, milk, and the roux, and I put the bro, you don't even know. And don't get me started on my fried chicken. All right. I got black folk. I'm gonna just say it right now. I got black folk that will support my fried chicken. My homie, shout out to him. He's my son's godfather. He went to a party, he said, and he had fried chicken there, and the girl who made it, she's like, that's not, that's the best fried chicken you ever had. He's like, nah, it's not. And he was telling folks about me. So I'm just gonna say, I don't make the best fried chicken in the world, but I make some fried chicken in the world. You feel me? Anyway, his little self needs to chill out. With what? Let him know, big dog. It's funny. Ralphie May. So that's the first comment talking about Ralphie May that I have seen right now. There are so many Ralphie May comments in this comment section that I was debating on doing a counter, but I don't think like it would mean anything because Michael Rappaport comments are in here. Malibu's Most Wanted, Peter Griffin, and everything, but Ralphie May, I would probably argue, is 75% of the comments. I am confident in that percentage that it's 75% of the comments. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it. But people aren't gonna know who that is unless you're my age and older. You feel me? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm also either Ralphie May's son or I'm not Ralphie May's brother. I am not related to Ralphie May in any way possible. I don't know anyone who has ever met him. I've never met anyone famous. So there's that. But yes, there's no relation between me and Ralphie May. I know a lot of people say this too. So this comment talks about LMAOO. He ate him up, and I'm so glad he didn't resort to calling him the N-word. The black guy seems pretty lame for doing all that. Yeah, it's dumb. Like, I get, like, don't get me wrong. I know I'm a fat guy. I know I'm a white guy. I know I'm a security guard. I'm literally the unlockable character in Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I knew what I was getting into, so I expect to be called fat, and I definitely expect to be called the quotations around this white slurs. I think it's funny to resort down to that because it's like that's dumb. And I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's stupid. Like that's weak. That's weak stuff. That's the weak sauce. You know what I'm saying? I even said that in the video. It's funny. There's the first 2 blue strikes or streaks. That's funny. That's really funny. I like that. 2 blue streaks. But here's the first fatigue comment. The fatigue comments I see everywhere across every social media thing. They're lame. They're dumb. I am fatigued with the human race because humans are stupid. And bottom line, we get emotional. We don't think straight when we're emotional, especially adults. It's wild how many adults are still children. It's wild being a security officer and still have to deal with those children. He drive a school bus too. Nope, didn't drive a school bus. Nope, not fake. Paul Blart. That's another good one. Well, that's another comment I've seen. Paul Blart, it's okay. Like, you're not trying. Like, that's like real low-hanging fruit. That's just like calling me a fat guy. Like that's, but I get it. It's like there is no other person really compare me to unless you started pulling like ball knowledge names out of your hat. He tilted his head like, "Hey man, you ain't gotta say all that." That's hilarious. Yeah, no, he told me some information, then like pulled it back in his face. Like I said, he told us he ran out of gas. That's why I say he's a broke ass. And I tell him to walk to his car, because his car is not outside; it's up the street. But you know, you gotta use your words, man. Sometimes words are the best thing to use. Who else was waiting for him to actually try him? Why is the child unsupervised? Yeah, well, that's dumb. It's fun and games until he gets caught slipping. You're not the only one with a gun, my dude. You're right. That is very true. Just because this interaction went my way doesn't mean anything bad could have happened. Like I said, I ran into his people the following night, and they told me there was no hate between us. They were telling me he's not even like that. He's a cool dude. Like I said, they told me he was jumped. So he was just having a rough night. But I was just matching the energy he gave out. Unless he was talking about me. Wait a minute. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Big rug on beat. Yeah. I mean, I am forced to. Did nothing, just yelled at him. Like, try and get him out instead of tapping. I got him at the store. You always don't want to go hands-on first either. I think the he's colorblind thing was to the gentleman in the white shirt, because he was calling me the N-word. I mean, I grew up being called that, but that's my homie. That's the dude. Bro already not up on his head. There are a few things in this world more dangerous than a car full of white boys. This man is carload and half of white boys. That pistol isn't there for his safety. It's for your. That's funny. People do be gassing me up in the comments. That's crazy. I wish I had a bigger ego to really just use that, but I don't. Also, that's me. What kept talking with the idiot and acting just like him? You should be more professional if you ever want to be a real cop. I don't want to be a real cop. Yeah, I don't want to be in that field. It's one of the major reasons why I'm not in the security field now. Um, it's a joke, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I knew a guy a bit like this. Melted hippo, total psychopath, could fight for days. Um, don't know why yet. That was such a backhand comment. I'm a melted hippo, but I'm also a psychopath. I can fight for days. Or you knew a guy that could do that. Thanks. Melted hippo though. That's a good one. I like that. That's a pretty using your brain there. More than 12 inches from my waist in a situation like that, he could have grabbed the gun from him if he wanted to. He could have. Well, he could have attempted to. That is not a just. That's a single switch release holster. Not to say you can't just snatch it out, but you can't just pull it out like a bottle of water out of a case of water. Like, and also, I'm standing there too. Like, I'm not gonna just let you grab it. Respected big guy used his wits and size against an unarmed person. Didn't even think to grab his sidearm. Oh, I like that one. Man, I'm hard at it. Yeah. You know where he was raised. He ain't putting up with it. You gotta FAFO when your picture is on RIP shirt. I mean, I wasn't gonna do nothing. Yeah, that's my boy AJ with the shiesty. Ralphie May comment, like I said. There's an AI comment. What one snuff? I don't know what that means. This is also a loser one. Vanilla Gorilla. That's funny. With what? I have been thinking about making hats with what on it. I think it'd be fun. Black hats with the white with what, and that's it. Don't steal my idea. I'm making it now. That's my idea. Don't steal it. That's mine. You can't steal it. When do you literally become the very stereotype you hate? I don't hate anyone except for stupidity. And the stereotype with humans is that humans are stupid and emotional. But I can't hate anybody for their emotions. Raffy made before comedy. That's hilarious. Still so done. Legend has a big bro is waiting to be burned by that guy to this day. That's funny. All you gonna do is talk with your broke ass. Yep. Wigga. It's very old school. Reminds me of that song. Lower the volume. That's me. I apologize. That was me that lowered the volume. When I initially screen recorded it, I did not plan to post it. I actually posted it because I was trying to get some views for my book I wrote. It had just come out, and I was like, well, let me put this, get the views to the channel, and everything like that. And now the channel has blown up, and I almost have 20K subscribers. So shout out to those guys who subscribed. Reincarnated. See? I told you. So many Raffin May comments. And I'm not even, like, through the first 100 right now. These are also the newest ones. When I moved to the States from the UK, the thing that genuinely unsettled me was all the enormously overweight and badly educated men who some idiot had decided should be allowed to have a gun and a badge. I did not have a badge. That's a patch on my shirt. And yeah, I'm overweight. We have good food. Have you guys not seen the TikToks recently of all the UK people eating actual good food? Professional security, I 100% disagree, but hey, you know, if you were in security, I hope you do better. All you doing is talking. That is hilarious. You can bet your butt that boy right there grew up either in the hood or right next door. Big boy ain't worried about him. I was not worried about him, and I did, in fact, live and grow up in the hood. Yes. A lot of people talk about why do I sound so much different like now compared to the video. Because people, like, dude, I don't know what the hell you want me to tell you, man. All right? I used to get picked on because I mumbled too much. My dad used to pick on me when I mumbled and wouldn't talk clearly. So, for one, I tried to enunciate the syllables so people can understand what I'm saying. And two, just because you grow up in an environment doesn't mean you have to automatically reflect the environment and the average way people speak in that environment. All my homies talk like I do too. except till we start getting wild, and then we start to sound very similar, especially when we're geeked out. Because when you geeked, all that whole professional, well-mannered enunciation gonna go out the window real quick. Dude already had a giant bump on his forehead. Yeah, like I said, he got jumped. He actually has two. Can't see it in this one. If you go to the that Reddit post, you'll see the full video. He has two lumps or knots on his head. I think it's one right here and then one over his right eyebrow. Big country, that security guard is brother from another mother. He definitely from the hood for real, no doubt. The grammar, fire, and courage. He got black friends. He one of the rare real ones. If you say so. Would have paid to watch this beat down. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. I'm gonna whoop his ass real quick. You feel me? No. Never do that. Never put your gun away if you're on duty. Don't ever do that. The whole situation turned out positively, and for me definitely, because you know I've gone viral and I've gotten a following off of this. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie. This definitely gave me the following, and to an extent I am piggybacking off of it. But that's kind of what you do when you get big. So many people got paid off of this thing, dude. I know on Facebook it got 80K. I know another post got 160K. There's a Twitter post that has 1 million. There was a short post on here from a different account, I think a year ago, got like 12 million. I've seen one with 9. So like even before I posted it, it's been circling around. Like I get recognized in security establishments. They'll look at me and be like, "Hey, I know you." I was like, "Have you ever seen the video?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I've seen that video." I was like, "That's me." So I'm even in some compilations, which is wild that I'm in compilations. That's crazy. But even this one alone, this one has 55.1 million plays or views, just my post alone. So if you add the other stuff, I'm well over I would argue close to, if not at 100 million views total of this video of me. And I've gotten paid maybe 0.001% out of all of those views, kind of thing. I respect Big Man. I reckon they can be solid homies. Give another chance. Probably could. We did see each other another time. At a different location. I did not approach him. There was no reason to. I don't know if he recognized me, which he recognized me. Well, at that time I was wearing a vest and then I was wearing a hat. So he may not have recognized me. Plus I was rocking the facial hair at that point. But he was on some tough times still. He was pulling around behind him on an electric scooter. It did look like one of those rent-a-scooters, but I'm not trying to say that just to play him out, but looks like he was having some tough times. White guy most lived in the hoods. Yep. If you ever been to Coleridge, that's where I lived. Section 8, baby. Woohoo. Called fire. He said burn. I don't know what that means. Security guard was just waiting on him to throw a punch and give him a reason. Was 5'5", 110 and beat a 6'2", so size sometimes don't mean nothing. That's true. I mean, if you got a glass jaw, you got a glass jaw. All I'm saying is I've never been knocked out. I just wonder what happened to Ralphie May. This guy sounds just like him. I do not sound like Ralphie May, all right? I can get sounding hood and being a big white guy who's fat, but I don't sound like him. Ralphie May's voice is a lot higher pitched than mine. I would argue mine is a little lower, and plus he talks with the Georgia accent. I don't have a Georgia accent. He would have dog walked that fool. I mean, I am bigger than him. Even after just saying sometimes size don't matter. Props to security, standing on business. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Good God, go blank someone and raise your kid to... Okay, well, that's a bit too much. He's like a polar bear, he tells him. That's funny. Polar bear was my nickname in middle school. I was a big white guy. I wasn't heavy set like I am here in middle school, but I was a big dude. I always got asked why I wasn't playing football, and I always told them I don't have the grades to play football. Beautiful Southern style. Thank you for representing our hood. Good cop. Okay. He grew up in the hood too. Is that an eyeball on his head? That's rude, man. That's rude. This is crazy. And then people store cussing, causing problems, but he, the right security guard though, he knows he's scary, and he know big boy not about to play wolf him either. He needs to just get in his car and no gas. Yeah, it's at the road, and I believe he did so. Yeah, I do say you're done. You done? Like, are you done with all the BS, man? Like, come on, get out. Ain't nobody really trying to deal with you right now. Luckily, big boy didn't have to raise up those size 14s. No, those are not my steel toe ones. I have those. Those are the ones I have now. Those, I don't have those boots anymore. These guys right here, I don't have those anymore. At the end, that's funny. That was the dude recording. It's funny. He didn't know the guy recording either. Like, everyone started coming in. Everyone goes about their business because we see this stuff all the time. I dealt with this stuff. At this point, I was dealing with it regularly after, because I would do 16-hour shifts here. So I would go into work at 1 a.m. No. I would go into work at 5 a.m., clock out at 1 o'clock, clock back in at 1 o'clock, and work till 9 o'clock. So I was there on the weekends for 16 hours. So I saw everybody. I saw, in the morning, I saw everybody. I saw everybody at night. So I saw everybody at night. And I was actually able to get the area pretty on lock. This was a store where my company worked with the in-house security too at QT. And they will actually look for any reason to put your ass on the ground. I don't know if it's changed now, but at the time, they will look for any reason to be like, oh, you got a Slim Jim? Bow! On the ground. This is a translation. With that weight, he's not chasing 4 supermarket aisles and 2 city blocks. You're absolutely right. I'm not chasing because I'm not supposed to chase. He actually could have snatched a bunch of stuff. I wasn't required to stop him. He ran out. I'm not chasing him. I can't leave the property. Also, I mean, granted, if I was able to stop, I was going to stop him. You feel me? But if you spend too much time dealing with one person outside of the store, you're actually leaving the staff and the merchandise and the money vulnerable for other people to come in and do stupid stuff. So you have to be smart. Somebody runs out with stuff and you're able to stop them, stop them. If you're not, at the end of the day, you got to protect the people and you got to protect the staff. It's very unprofessional to start a quarrel with some punk. You either remove someone if he breaks the rules or you keep to yourself. That's not how security works. If you think that's how security works, then you are wrong. I had a K about hood friends, but I know he played football. I did not play football in a professional capacity, like for a school or anything like that. Definitely not. Dude said, I'm a mama. See, lame ones. Lose weight, young man. You seem depressed. There is even a greater monster that you have in a week. Well, I appreciate that support. I truthfully, honestly do. We're not going to get into that, though. So I appreciate the support. I appreciate that. That actually reminds me of another comment. It's a wild comment. The dude commented on one of my posts, and he said, I hope by the grace of Allah, you do not find success. And you have to go get, you do not find success on YouTube. You have to go get a real job, something like that. I'm paraphrasing. If I can find it, I'll post like a picture, a screenshot of it right here. It's just really out of pocket. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's a lot, dude. That's crazy. Bro, definitely got an 8th waiting for him in the car. I didn't. I don't partake. I don't partake of alcohol or that stuff. I partake in the other junk. Clearly. My money on Big Chad. That's funny. Another one, people, not on this one, but the older post, people were calling me Mikey from Recess. In my shorts, I have a Mikey post thing. I made it. I was trying to lean into the joke too. Go check it out if you want to see it. But at that, guys, like I said, there's too many comments to go through. If you guys want me to continue to go through the comments, please let me know. If you've made it this far, hit the like button, comment down below if you've seen the video, if you react to the video, stuff like that. Please, oh please, show your love and support, even if it's just watching this or going to watch the short. And if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Go check out my other content. I make D&D characters under 30 seconds. I make some under 60 seconds. Two, I also have video game playthroughs, and I'm working on some other stuff that's going to be coming out. So if you are into nerdy stuff, please hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the subscribe button, please hit the notification bell. And at that, guys, later.